Wonder why I didn't show up. Good evening, chat. Hello. Welcome to the Thursday night show. Because it is Thursday night, so what better time to have the Thursday night show? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Taking a little bit of a break from Corey Richens tonight. Although that is starting to get very, very interesting as far as trials are concerned. Let me tell you, I am starting to like that quite a bit. I wasn't sure how good it was going to be, but I know you guys wanted to see it, so it's like, we accommodate, and holy cow, it is getting good. It is getting good. So, hold on here, chat. I need to fix the lights. Now that I've had this overhead LED lamp thing on for the models, it's like having it just as an extra light in the room has actually been very helpful. It feels like it brightens up the room just a bit. So we're going to keep using it. But anyways, hello, everybody. And, yeah. Let's get started, yes. A little Josh Thompson there from EDW Raptor. I can't do his voice, but yes. Yes. Is there going to be enough Greer content? I don't know. I need to check up on him. I've been out of the Greer loop. I've been in the Smash JT loop. I'm going to work on that tomorrow night at the normal time. Tomorrow night about 9 o'clock. Actually, probably about 8:30. We'll work on him. And then we may work on some models because we have some stuff to paint now. And we'll probably do that. But we'll probably try to finish up Corey Richens and catch up on Saturday to catch up there. But that'll be the game plan. Aries Athena says, I hear the brisket sandwiches are good at Buc-ee's. I've heard all kinds of stuff. There. But, we'll see what's going on there. We'll see what's going on there, chat. And hold on here real quick. Hold on real quick. Hey, Clyde. All right. Where are you at, buddy? Come here. Come on. Clyde, come here. Clyde. Hi, Louie. Clyde, come here. Come here, Clyde. Jeez. Hi, Louie. Hello. Hello, Butter. See, this is the problem. I want Clyde. And Louie's like, look, I can do it, fat man. I'm like 10 times the dog of Clyde is. Yes, you are. Louie. Okay. All right, never mind. Clyde, come here. Clyde, come on. Come on up here. There we go. Ah! Every time Clyde jumps up, Louie gets in the way of oh, little dog, let me help you. Although he's an Aussie doodle, so he's probably more like, oi, mate. Let me help you out. There you go, Clyde. Now you're not in my ear things, buddy. There you go. There you go, chat. It's live TV here. Yes. He is the best host ever. The best host. Yes, he is. And give people another minute or two to get in here. Hi, buddy. Oh, is that feel good? Yes, that good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bob Toot says you got an Aussie doodle too. Well, that would make sense. You live in Australia. Yes, he's YouTube's favorite and bestest host. He's such a good boy. He just doesn't like looking at the camera. But he is the bestest host. I hope you guys are good. Hope you guys have had a good week. God, my week started out long. I was working on that thing all freaking weekend and then into Monday. And it's been like I have not been able to catch up all week because I've been here with, our dogs, Clyde, Laney, and then Louie. And since 2.0's gone, all night long, every time Laney hears something, just rah, 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 rah. I have not gotten shit for sleep. So it's been a rough week. Yes, KJ's right. Yes. Clyde is autistic. He will not make eye contact. Look at him, Clyde. Look at him. He's like, no. Look, Clyde. Look. No. Okay. Yes, he really is. Oh. And then Afton for $2. Thank you, Afton. Says treats for Clyde. Yes, we will get him some more peens. We just can't have peens around when we're always worried about when the other dogs come around if there's peens out because we don't want them to fight because they go crazy for the peens. They steal them from each other. Clyde, I'm going to set you down, butter. You're getting a little fat. And also, I got to get this show going. So, took a lot of time. Yes, Clyde took Tylenol. 2.0. Yeah. We've given him Benadryl before. So. All right, guys. All right, let's get started. And very much in accordance with the appropriateness of the goal right now. Yes, Isaac, I did hear that. Yes, apparently Warner Brothers, when it came to bidding for, Netflix and Warner Brothers, they were like, we're done, tapping out. Looks like Paramount's going to have it. And the left is absolutely melting down at the consolidation of media power. They think this is bad. I don't see this as bad for them. They're going to churn out all the left-wing goy slop anyway. So it's like, they win again. But apparently they're losing their fucking mind. So, yeah, we'll see. But yes, it's funny how the left is now losing their mind that the fifth estate is going to be controlled by people they don't like. So, Paramount Plus just got better. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, shit, I still haven't watched the ending of Yellowstone. I still haven't watched the second half of that season. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, they can have Batman on Star Trek now. Oh my God, don't make the Comicsburgs lose their mind over that. No, actually, the Batwing could go faster than the Enterprise. And you think Batman could Batman hide on the holodeck? That would be so funny. Batman doesn't use a phaser. And Obscure Destinations. Rod, Tony, good to see you guys. Hope you are doing well out there in La Floride. Hope you guys are doing well there, guys. Over at the Obscure Destinations, over here on YouTube, you guys they doing their stuff. Hope all is well, Sean and chat. I think all is well for me. Hope you guys are doing well too. And hold on here. Yeah, if you guys have never seen right, Tony, they got all kinds of great stuff up there. Over here at their channel, Obscure Destinations. Used to be outdoors too, but they're not anymore. It's just Obscure Destinations. They got their show Beer for Breakfast in the mornings. They got all kinds of things they do, different recaps, different watching the riots and the protesting. They're very good. Give them a look if you haven't. Give them a like. Show them some love. They're good people. They are good people. And who just messaged me? Did someone message me? All right, there we go. Then I don't know if it's Kill Yourself Leader. I don't know if that's what. I don't know if that's the. I don't know if that's it, or it's the KY slider. Thank you for $4.99. It's just because. Well, thank you. John Coleman for $2 says, "My cat bit my nutsack last night. How the hell did you manage that? It sounds very painful, but I don't understand how you could get a cat to do that." I will say when I first met 2.0, if you guys, well, this is old lore, but the big brown dog she used to have, Baxter. If you go into locals, potentiallycriminal.locals.com, and you guys go all the way back to the beginning, you can search through the post. You can find the pictures of the original show dogs, Molly and Baxter. And they used to sit right behind me when there was nothing on the walls here. And he was this big pit mix of I don't know, pit bull mixed with a German Shepherd and a lab. And I was always worried that dog was going to bite my ball sack. So trust me, I understand the feeling. Yeah, don't put tuna fish on your balls like if you eat it. Don't wipe your hands on there. Amateur Iconoclast for $5 says, "Be me." New manager comes up with a backlog numbers that would trigger voluntary overtime. Knows how to manipulate the backlog. Infinite overtime glitch. That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. And yeah, technically it's green, so it is green text, even though it's white text. It works. All right, guys, it is time to get started here. Thank you for all that. Thank you for all this big fucking support tonight. We are going to get started on the Buc-ee's question. It's something that's plaguing America. And you know what, chat? The war raging around Buc-ee's has finally made its way to the shores of Ohio. Yes, they are building a Buc-ee's here in Ohio, out in the Dayton area, which is like all the way across the fucking state. So with the goal, I will do a review of the Buc-ee's in Ohio if we meet the goal. Oh, but anyways, along with this, we talked about this before. There was the Buc-ee's had filed a lawsuit against a gas station that had called itself Barky's. And it was like bark like a dog. And it was very much kind of like a Buc-ee's ripoff. And it was very much similar how it handled everything. And, you know, we looked at that, and there would the eventually that gas station settled. And you know what? We looked at that time. We're like, you know, that makes sense. That does make a lot of sense here. Well, yes, Dayton, Ohio does not deserve a Buc-ee's. Well, I'm sure Merch is going to be very upset about that when it happens. Yes, I'm going to go IP2ing people. Yes. Yes, I'm going to go IP2ing. IP2 streamer. I'm going to build a church there. Yes. So, Nero says Buc-ee's is massively overrated with love from Texas. Well, anyway, they had sued another company called Barky's. You're like, we read through that one and we're like, okay, yeah, you have, and yes, you have to protect trademarks. When you have trademarks, you have to protect them and enforce them. And, you know, if you happen to, like, if there's two companies, Company A and Company B, and Company A has been around since 1950, but Company B had gone out and got a trademark, and they're similar enough, and Company B learns of Company A's existence, and they're in, like, the same field and all that stuff, Company B has to go after Company A to protect its trademark. Like, it's a big fucking deal. You have to protect your brand identity. And if you don't protect it, you lose the protections of it. You lose the legal ability here. Well, Buc-ee's is doing that here in Ohio now. And this one is like, I think this one's kind of horseshit. And this one really strikes me hard because I grew up with these. I grew up with this stuff. It really gets you in the feels. It really gets you in the feels here. And what are they suing? Well, they're suing a local chain of gas stations here in Ohio called the Mickey Marts. And that's because I remember as a kid they were called Mickey Mart. And it's not like Mickey Mouse, so it's not like, ho ho, we're to sell logs to school. Ho ho. Or they're selling tins of Kodiak. Well, actually, they'd be selling Grizzly. You know, the welfare bear is on sale. Ho ho. Are they stacked with Jeets? Not for a long time. Not for a long time. I was trying to do a Mickey impression. Just work with it. So what is this? What happened here? Well, it's in the Northern District of Ohio, and it's in the Northern Division. It's in the Northern Division. So that changes things here because Ohio has a Northern Division, a Southern Division, and they also have a Western Division. So basically, Ohio's kind of cut up into four pieces, and the Western Division is out in Toledo. So it's Buc-ee's Limited versus Kohl's IP Holdings, LLC. And it's like, I almost want to like write these people, but like, look, you need internet savvy presence. You need a consultant. So they talk about the nature of this. It's trademark infringement, unfair competition, and cancellation of trademark registrations under the Trademark Act of 1946. Now we're going to get to what these are. Trademark like cancellation of trademarks, just like patents. You can lose your trademark status in a lawsuit. You can be challenged. You can be attacked for it. Obviously with a patent, if it turns out what you did is actually called prior art, meaning it's knowledge and information that's already out there, you really can't patent it. There's a lot of different things that will affect it. Now, they point out the court has jurisdiction over this pursuant to the Lanham Act because it is federal. It's trademark. This is federal question jurisdiction. It's a federal law. There's also supplemental jurisdiction over state law claims, meaning you try it all together. Oh, so here we go. Now, what is, and there's also personal jurisdiction because, Mickey Marts are situated in Northern Ohio, and venues proper because it's here. They point out plaintiff is a Texas LLC out of Lake Jackson, Texas. Mickey Mart is based out of Milan, Ohio. And you're like, wait, how are these guys like contesting each other? And it's because Buc-ee's is moving into Ohio. Mickey Mart is not in Texas. Buc-ee shows up on their doorstep. And the fun thing is, Milan, Ohio is the birthplace of Thomas Edison, and his boyhood home is there. Bet you didn't know that, chat. Bet you didn't know that. Home of the Edison Chargers. It's a football team. Buc-ee's number 1 is a half hour away from you. That's interesting. That's like, is that the granddaddy? You have to go there. So they point out that they own plaintiff owns and operates a chain of stores and travel centers under the name Buc-ee's. And for over 4 decades, they've offered high-quality convenience store, gas station goods and services. And they say in connection of all of this, they have the Buc-ee Beaver. And look, this is their logo. And you're like, and I love this here. These are not like, this is not a convenience store. These are highway oases, as Texas Monthly put it in 2019. For legions of fans, Buc-ee's has become the rare brand, like Apple and Costco, that inspires loyalty and goes well beyond rational consumer calculations. And they say over 10,000 customers visited Buc-ee's in New Braunfels on opening day in 2012. Likewise, consumers began lining up at 6 a.m. when they opened the Fort Worth store in 2016. Out-of-state visitor remarked that we were told we can't go to Tejas without stopping here. And so, Joe Schmo says Milan. Yes, not Milan. No. The problem is, this is out where I grew up. It's God's country, okay? It's, there's all kinds of names of towns in Ohio where they did really do a good job at carrying over the pronunciation of names. Like, there's a town spelled Russia in Ohio. It's called Rushi. There is, down the road from Milan, a town you might pronounce as Greenwich if you're from New England, and it's pronounced Greenwich. And it's got a very good bar, the Greenwich, which I had many a road pop at when I was a young lad. There's also a little further south in Ohio, down by Dayton, there's a place called, it's pronounced Versailles if you're in France. In Ohio, it's pronounced Versailles. So, yeah. We, Just say it. Just say it. It's it's the goodest and wholesomest people ever. So yeah, tell them about Cairo, Illinois. Yes. Joe says lol Versailles. I love it. Well, it was funny because when I was in high school, our senior year, we were actually it wasn't my senior year or junior year. Like the football playoffs were an issue, and we saw like the state rankings and where people were coming through on their points as the season progressed. And Versailles was on the screen, and I'm like, I asked my coach, I'm like, "Where's Versailles?" And he's like, "No, no, 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 no." He's like, "You're too educated for that. It's Versailles." And I'm like, "What kind of fucking hillbillies are these?" He's like, "Bigger hillbillies than where we are." So. I hate it when the out-of-staters pronounce Medina the Muslim way. Yes. Yes, it's Medina. So, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things like that in Ohio. So they point out that the marks have become iconic brands. It was aired on CBS News Sunday morning programs. They did a whole thing about Buc-ee's. They point out here the segment goes on to compare the Buc-ee's logo renowned to Mickey Mouse. And they say perhaps not since Mickey Mouse has a cartoon rodent capture the hearts of so many people. And yeah, Buc-ee's stuff is prominent. There's all kinds of memes. Like there's all kinds of stuff. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. They have 50 stores across Florida, Tejas, Missouri, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, Virginia, and Colorado. Additional stores in the planning or construction phases include Arizona, Arkansas, Kansas, Arkansas, and Kansas, North Carolina, as Petey Pablo might tell you, Ohio, Wisconsin, Louisiana, Utah, and what your mom routinely used to tell me, Idaho. And they point out that on January 1st, 2026, an article announced the upcoming of the first Ohio Buc-ee's near Dayton, Ohio, which is like 4 fucking hours away because there's no way to get there. There's no way to get there. Easy. And they say, actually, hold on, where is that? Where is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be in Huber Heights. That's fancy. That is fancy, man. Whoa. They are going to be so fancy about that. Where I-70 and 235 meet? Okay. That's not too bad. I just don't like, that's just, it still sucks. Because who the hell wants to go to fucking Dayton? I mean, I agree with Mersh on that one. And I need to do the directions on this. Like, how far away is this from me? Yeah, it's 3. Well, it depends which way I go. But if I go, it's like 3.5 to 4 hours. Like, I got to drive 500 miles just to see this goddamn beaver. I am not looking forward to this. Like, this is where we have to go, chat. Literally across the entire damn state. Not looking forward to that. Oh. All right. So let's keep going here. They point out the marks are inherently distinctive and serve to identify and indicate the source of plaintiff's products and services. Yep, they have massive stores, food, retail offerings, and quirky brand identity centering around the smiling beaver mascot. And they are distinctive in the marketplace. And the consuming public in Texas and elsewhere widely recognize and associate the Buc-ee's marks with plaintiff. As a result of the long use and promotion of the marks, plaintiff has acquired valuable common law rights in their trademarks. So, Tim's like, you don't have to go. I'm like, do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? I feel compelled to go. I feel compelled to go. It's calling me. As this goes on here, though, they talk about in accordance with the provisions of state and federal law, plaintiff has registered the marks on the register of the United States Patent and Trademark Office, the USPTO, and a variety of goods and services with U.S. registration numbers, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Plaintiff's registrations are valid and subsisting. You have to keep them updated and you have to keep them valid and updated. They're also arguing that they are incontestable, meaning you cannot sully them. And this is the neat thing about intellectual property law and how this all works. And the incontestability of the right to use a trademark is, like I said, guys, this stuff gets very, very interesting here. How this goes here. So they point out the incontestability of right to use the mark under certain conditions. And they say, except on a ground for which an application to cancel may be filed, and except the extent, if any, which the use of a mark registered on the principal register infringes a valid right acquired under the law of any state or territory. They say here, though, the right of the owner to use such registered mark in the commerce for goods or services or in connection with such registered mark has been in continuous use for 5 years. Subsequent to the date of such registration and is still in use shall be uncontestable, provided that, and like you can get, this is what he's trying to say, like we have uncontestability. We've been using it for a long time. We've done this. There's no proceeding pending, issues before the trademark office that haven't been resolved. There's no final decision adverse to our claim of ownership. No one's ever challenged us for it. Like this is, they're arguing that they have the uncontestable right to do this and use the mark. Now, does that mean that they automatically win? No. Yes, and Baum says, oh, hi, Mark. They say upon information belief, defendant owns and operates a chain of stores offering convenience store, gas station, and related products. And they say the defendants are the owners of similar U.S. Registrations for logos shown below covering retail convenience stores and promoting the means of issuance by loyalty reward points. And then magnetically included gift cards, computer software for mobile phones. And here's the Mickey Mart logo. Yes, Mickey the Moose. Yes, this is what Buc-ee's is. This is it. This is it. This is it. Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, Joe. When you say you're disappointed, I'm like, there was like a Mickey Mart in the town I grew up in. I'm like, I remember, like, I've seen this moose before. And like this is what they're fighting over. Like, does that really look that good? Yeah. Buc-ee's is just going after everybody. I mean, other than the fact, like, also Mickey Mart is generally in red here. But like, other than they are animals who appear to be slightly anthropomorphic and they have a logo and they're in color. That's it. Like, that's all they do. Yeah, I don't see issues of brand confusion. Buc-ee's thinks this is brand infringement. Yes. They think it's trademark infringement. And get on here. It says, that really is a cute moose. Well, I appreciate you guys being all wholesome with the chat. Yes. So they point out that these guys have, different things here. They do all their own kind of stuff to make their own kind of, tchotchkes. And they do. And then, yeah, here is, here once again is the Mickey Mart logo. And here's where they admit. Here's where they admit how garbage this is. They admit, like the Buc-ee's mark, the defendant's logos incorporate a cartoon animal facing to the right with wide eyes and a smile overlaying a round background. That's it. That's it. That's all they've got. That's all they've got. Katie says, can we have a Mickey Mart logo on every page? Yeah. So that's it. That's all they have. They say upon information and belief, the defendant is transitioning, chat, from its use of the logos shown in the registrations to the logos shown in the application, which closely resembles the distinctive logos. How do you look at this and think, oh, this must be Moosey's, Buc-ee's, and a moose. It's a beaver and a moose. They're totally like, oh, yeah, they look exactly the same. Like, how the hell do you get confused about this? How do you get confused about this? Eat the versus bussies. Yeah. So, and notice here, they're going to say, though, they say they're transitioning from the name Mickey Mart to Mickey's, which more closely resembles the plaintiff Buc-ee's mark. It's also a simplification of the name. For example, the website MickeyTheMoose.com now prominently features the logo shown in the name Mickey's is shown below. That's not even the same font style. Remember, we did the Barkeys one. Remember Barkeys? How their logo looked to the Buc-ee stuff? That was clearly people who were taking the piss. But this is not that. This is not. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you guys hear that? Hold on, chat. I need to see what the hell my printer just did. Oh, fuck. All right, chat. Hold on. I don't know if you guys heard that thing. It lost its fucking mind. So yeah, here's what happened to the printer. I was trying to print out some stuff, and yeah, there's about an hour and a half of printing. Just yeah, yay, yay. Damn, that thing was going crazy for a second. I heard it. I was like, what the fuck? Scared me. Glad it's a printer, not my butt. Yeah. So, well, we'll take a look at that in a second. All right, going back to this. This doesn't look like Buc-ee's. It doesn't. They say the defendant also uses red as a predominant color in its interior and exterior signage, as well as uniforms and anthropomorphic representations of its cartoon moose mascot. You know who else does that's in Ohio? Speedway. Speedway gas stations are located in Ohio. And everything they do is fucking red. Sheetz is now in Ohio, too. Guess what they have? Everything is red. Like, yes, a lot of people do red. Poor man says, what type of printer do you have? I have a Anycubic Cobra 2 Pro, I think is what it's called technically. So, yeah, this is I think this is borderline frivolous. This is about nonsense. This is nonsense. You're saying it's what I get for doing a non-Washington state approved thing. I'm printing stuff for these guys. I'm printing stuff for the bolt action dudes. Like, I'm making little holders for them so they can fit in the carrying case. Yeah, most restaurants use yellow and red. Circle K is so white trashy. Yes, it is, but I love Circle K because I am white trash, so it's perfect. It's perfect for me. Poor man says it's a horrible printer. I don't know. It does pretty good on a lot of stuff. Like, I was trying to figure out the dimensions on something, like, and it printed this out of, like, just recently. And then I was, this is 104. This is what 14.5 millimeter looks like. And then I printed out a trial run of the holders for the guys to sit in, and this printed out fine. And I printed out little, test runs of stuff, and it all worked. And, little cubes about, like, different sizes and how stuff would go. So it all worked out. It all worked out for a while. What happened to Circle A through Circle J? They're dead. They had fentanyl overdoses. It's Ohio. So. And they point out that the use of the logos began after plaintiff developed rights in its Buc-ee's marks. And that's how this works. They have priority based on registrations, and they've been doing it for over 4 decades. So, yes, you can have priority. If I've been using it first, that can win, but this stuff is not even close. This is not close at all. Not at all. This is just garbage. I'm not just being a homer here. It's just garbage. The first one's my new bike seat. This one, yeah. So they said plaintiff has never authorized the defendant to use or register defendant's logos. Thus, the defendant has used and promoted their logos in commerce without authorization. And on August 11th, they filed a petition to cancel registrations with the U.S. PTO and the Trademark and Trial Appeal Board. And that is the organization where you can have those actions undertaken. And they, notice they don't point out what happened there because now we're here. So it obviously didn't go well for them. And they said the unauthorized use of the logos is likely to cause confusion among consumers. No, it's not. Consumers are likely to perceive a connection to the store. No, they're not. When none, in fact, exists. Nobody thinks that. Given the similarity of the parties' logos, trade channels, and consumer bases. No, nobody in Northeast Ohio is going to think Mickey Mart is working with Buc-ee's. Shit. You're not going to be able to come up with this. So anyway, there's like a million fucking sheets now from like the Pennsylvania border to like Cleveland. They point out the likelihood of confusion is exacerbated by defendant's transition to a name that more closely resembles Buc-ee's mark than its previous name. The predominant use of the color red, as well as a logo that closely resembles plaintiff's distinctive logos. Red and yellow are very common colors in advertising. Yellow is a very common color. There's a reason why Pikachu is yellow. And it's because there were scientific studies that yellow would get children's attention more than any other color. And they gambled and planned it out that Pikachu was going to be the star. So guess what? Pikachu is yellow and easily identifiable. Yes, I often confuse a water-going rodent with the largest species of deer. They're an ungulate, but they're not a species of deer. Moose are actually like a holdover from the Ice Age. That's a little different. Moose are a little different than that. They are They are very, very unique. It's weird that they're survived to this day. Yes, compared to Moosin, yes. But yes, moose are it's very, very weird. It's very weird how they survive. But they are it's very interesting with the moose and how they work. Yes, moose are insanely huge and they're very fast and they're very easy to be aggressive. And they can kill you very quickly. Stay away from wild moose. They are very dangerous. Tracy. Hold on, Tracy, what did you say? Respect for me calling them ungulates. Yeah, well, that's technically their name. They are in the same. No, are they really? Hold on. Are mooses in the family of deer? Huh. Okay. Oh, won't be dipped in shit. Okay. The moose, or it's weird they call them elk in Eurasia, are the world's tallest and heaviest extant species. Extant means still alive. Of deer. I didn't know that they were species of deer. Like, they're entirely... I mean, I guess that makes sense. So, interesting. I learned something today. I always thought they were different. You're correct, Nero. You're correct, chat. So, why does extant still mean alive? I think it's just Latin. It's kind of like extinct. You know, it's the opposite of extinct. So I didn't make the words, chat. I didn't make the words. The science guys did. So James says Chad is always right. No, Chad is not always right. Chad is not always right.
Always blame chat. When Sean doesn't share the screen, your fault. When you hate the Jannies, you're the Janny.
That's right. Always blame chat. Always blame chat. ABC. I got felted by a moose. That doesn't sound very good. Yeah, James says you looked at some Google Maps of views of Mickey Marts. And yeah, and they're not even close. No, I agree. And I mean, we can just Google some right now. We'll Google some Mickey Marts and we'll find a store here. Mickey Marts near you. I mean, and here's the funny thing. When you look for the Mickey Marts, like, here's where Mickey Marts are located, chat. Like, if I can show you guys this here. This is where Mickey Marts are located. Like, they're all the way up here in northern Ohio, not even close to Dayton. Like, look, here's where all the Mickey Marts are located. Like, they're not even close to Dayton. They're not even close to Dayton. You know, like, look at where they go. Look at where they go. Shout out to Loudonville. But look at where these are. These are not, and this is up to the lakeshore here, but this is where all the Mickey Marts are located. Like, there's a bunch of them in Sandusky, where, you know, Tommy Boy was based. Like, they're all over the place. Like, and that's it. That's it. There are no other Mickey Marts. So, and I forgot there's one down here in Strasburg. But that's it. That's all they are. That's all they are. No, that's not Tilton. It's Tiffin. Tiffin. Can you travel to a Mickey Mart for us? I mean, I have to drive to the other side of fucking Cleveland. I mean, maybe at some point, but that's not on my list of shit to do, but maybe. But yeah, that's just shows you, for example, what we're looking at here. Like, these don't make Yeah, here, we'll do a little actual Mickey Mart. We'll do... All right, here, we'll do this Mickey Mart right here. Okay, here's a Mickey Mart we'll go to. And we're going to go to this one here. And this is just one right off the lake. So here's the Mickey Mart. I think this is... Oh, nope, wrong way. Here's the Mickey Mart, chat. This is a Mickey Mart. Do you think you're at a Buc-ee's? Do you think you're at a Buc-ee's now? Does that look like a Buc-ee's to you? Sharing with a Domino's? Does that look like a Buc-ee's? Do you think anybody is going to go, oh, look, it's just like Buc-ee's? Does anybody think, yeah, that's worse than a racetrack? Well, it's Ohio, okay? We try here. It's hard, chat. Give me a break. Worse than a racetrack. Well, like, you guys are just assholes. We'll go to this one here. We'll go to this Mickey Mart. Oh, this one's off the road, but we'll still use it. Oh, look, they got a Chick-fil-A. And where is this the Mickey Mart? Yeah. Here we go. There you go. Do you think does that make you think you're at Buc-ee's? Does that look like Buc-ee's? No. Does this look like a Buc-ee's? I mean, this one I forgot about because I've driven by this one before. It's got a big old fucking moose on it. But does that look like Buc-ee's? Do you think this is Buc-ee's? I mean, okay, this one, okay, man, maybe a little bit. But yes, it used to be a BP. But Buc-ee's also doesn't share with other stores. So Bob Johnson says that's the corner of Section 8 and Snap. As are most places in Ohio. Yeah, does Buc-ee's think they could take on the Moose? I know, they think they can. Well, that's just, it just shows you what they're doing. It shows you how they're doing it. Here's another one. Yeah, they got one in LaGrange. I forgot about that. Yeah, here's another Mickey Mart. Does that look like you're at a Buc-ee's? No, it does not. It does not. And oh, look, Mickey's Chicken and Deli. Yeah, oh, it's just like Buc-ee's, chat. It's just like Buc-ee's. Oh, they have a moose. Oh, no. And notice this like, oh, no, chat. Like, it's ridiculous. Also, by the way, this statue is hilarious. Well, this statue is from the Civil War. A truck driver fell asleep and plowed through this like a year and a half ago and knocked it over. So, yes, another rusted out shell. Well, this is out in farm country. This isn't a rusted out shell of a city. This is just a little village. It's in the middle of farm country. So, but anyways, yeah, this is all like, they're not fucking Buc-ee's. We all know they're not. So, are there any locations by the poop rivers? Which ones are the poop rivers, Katie? The Ohio River? No. So they point out the defendant's use falsely designates the origin of its products and represents circumstances that it's, they say, upon information belief, consumers have expressed confusion about whether a relationship exists. Which fucking consumers? Which fucking consumers? Been there, done that. Says, show us where you lived. I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, Mickey Mart has 4 gas pumps. Every Buc-ee's has 10 drilling rigs and a refinery. Yeah. So, yes, you would have to be dumb to think that's a Buc-ee's. Yes. Now, why are they saying upon information and belief, chat? Remember, that's the magic language where you can make claims and it's not perjury. They also point out the unauthorized use of the logos enables the defendant to trade on goodwill built up at great labor and expense by the plaintiff over the years. These guys, like, this is fucking asinine. This is such fucking horseshit, chat. I mean, literally, it's a chain of fucking gas stations that, compared to Buc-ee's, they are in an area like this big. That's an area where Mickey Mart is. And fucking Buc-ee's with their little dildo face beaver, like, started out way down here. And they just start spreading like a cancer, infringing upon my life as a God-fearing Ohio man. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, this is such horseshit. So. And they say the logo unjustly enriches defendant at plaintiff's expense. Does it really? Does it really? Plaintiff continues to be unjustly enriched by obtaining benefit by taking undue advantage of its goodwill. Specifically, undue advantage of plaintiff by trading on and profiting from the goodwill in the Buc-ee's mark, owned and developed by plaintiff. Everybody in Northeast Ohio probably knows what Buc-ee's is, but also knows it's never coming here. The unauthorized use of the logo removes from plaintiff the ability to control the quality of products sold under the Buc-ee's marks. And they say unless these acts are restrained, this will cause irreparable injury to the plaintiff. So what do they want? Well, it's trademark infringement, so they want to stop. There's unfair competition under the Lanham Act, and that there's false designation of origin, false and misleading descriptions, and then unfair competition. There's also cancellation of registration. So they want its registration canceled. And yes, just like a patent, a court can cancel your trademark. Courts can say your patent. And that's the thing. You can fight tooth and nail to get a patent. You can fight to get a patent in a court, and you could go to court and sue somebody. And you might be the party suing. And the court says, yeah, I don't think you actually have a patent anymore. You lose. Your trademark can be destroyed in a federal court. Federal judges have an insane level of power, chat. An insane level of power. Kurt, did someone say patents? Yes. Hi, Kurt. But yes, trademarks are the same way, guys. Courts can cancel them. So the judge could look at this and say, Buc-ee's, you don't have a valid trademark anymore. And cancel it. Or he could tell Buc-ee's to fuck off. So they want an order certified to the Patent and Trademark Office to cancel the registrations, to refuse the registrations of this. So what do they want? They want a permanent injunction from anything there that looks like Mickey the Moose. And Buc-ee's is on the march again. They want to claim that the registration of the logos are not valid, and they want those destroyed and stricken. They want attorney's fees and the cost of the action. They also want a jury trial, which will be hilarious because you know how many people might not know what Buc-ee's is? That'll be even funnier if the juries have no idea. So there you go, chat. There you go, chat. That is our first... It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, chat. I can't understand it. Waste of my time. Waste of my goddamn time. So, yeah, we'll start the beginning of this there, but yeah, good luck to Mickey Mart. Oh, good luck to Mickey Mart. I'm leaving a negative review for Buc-ee's right now. Yes. All right, chat. So we got to catch up on some things here. Iris Legacy for $10 says, Sean, it's been a while. Just wanted to say thanks for the knowledge you shared. Totally helped out in my case. Well, you're welcome. From assault with a deadly weapon to deadly conduct to prepping for trial to getting a dismissal with prejudice. Thanks. Well, you're welcome, man. You're totally welcome. I'm glad it helped you. I'm very, very glad it helped. Good to see you again. Good to see you again, and glad you're through it. Sorry you had to deal with it, but glad you're out of it now. Glad you're there. BobTube says cuckies, yes. Edward Scott says Edison, another Ohioan who couldn't wait to get out of there, yes. Winter Soldier says, I do not want to know Thomas Edison's birthplace. Well, you just learned. JP for $5 says Buc-ee's is a cult, and I'm a very happy member. Well, congrats. And then James for $4.99 says I visited a Buc-ee's in Springfield, Missouri during a Route 66 trip, and it was good. I've yeah. Like I said, if they build it, I will go. Johan is saying for Dayton, Ohio, home of the USA's largest ham fest. Yes, it is. It's also home to Southern Ohio Forge and Anvil, the largest swap meet for like blacksmithing and forging around. It's like fucking amazing to go there. There's all kinds of different demonstrations and clinics and things put on by Southern Ohio Forge and Anvil. They are really good. They are really good. You will do it for chat. Well, if we meet the goal. And Katie says, risk it for the brisket. Tim is saying, when the white man is called to worship, yes. And a summonable trap, good to see you, by the way, is saying, Babish did a banger video last year where he ate everything at Buc-ee's over a 3-day period. Ooh, that's a bit rough on the gut. And as the video goes on, he gets more and more into it. By day 3, he's wearing a Buc-ee's Higurumi. Wow, that's funny. I'll have to look for that video. That sounds pretty funny. So, EDW Raptor says for $5. Buc-ee should just license all these characters and create a Buc-ee cinematic universe. They could totally cash in on that. I bet they will at some point. I bet they will. They could make more fucking comic books than Vito. That'd be even funnier. They can go after Comicsgate too now. They'll be using 3D rendered assets, chat. They're not doing it right. Then Tracy Cormoran says the Negroes at Buc-ee's are murderly determined by laser. Immeritedly determined by laser. Well, thank you. And then Johan says, serious question. Does anything technological you own not hate your guts? No, I'm also mechanically retarded. So the fact that I haven't killed myself changing my tires, changing my brakes, is a testament to the fact that God loves me and cares about me. So, and then Wrestler Town for 5 subs. Let's fucking go, chat. Get you some woo tonight. That's right, chat. That's right. Yes. Mickey Mart's going to start doing it. They're going to start. Mickey Mart's going to be like, our business is under attack. Yes. They get Jeremy after him. Jeez, Lovey said, am I simping for AI slop? That's gay. Which AI slop am I simping for, sir? I don't know which one you're saying I did. So, well, let's keep going from there. On to something that's kind of, it's interesting in a way, and I think it's you could put this in the category. If you guys remember the TV show Home Improvement, you guys remember it was Tim Allen was the dad, Tim the Toolman Taylor. Well, Tim Allen had a bit of a colorful past. And I learned about this. I remember as a kid, I was watching Comedy Central and he talked about it. Tim Allen went to federal prison for cocaine trafficking in the end of the 70s. And he did like 2 years and he snitched out everybody. But yes, Tim Allen was a cocaine trafficker. Well, in the tradition of home improvement stars going to prison or incarceration, there's other people carrying the torch now. Zachary Ty Bryan, who played one of the oldest kid, I think. He's going to jail for DUIs. Tim Allen stole cars too, really? But anyways, this is him. Which one was he? I don't even remember. But anyways, he got 16 months in jail for a felony DUI charge, which means he's had a bunch of DUIs too. No, Bob Vila did not go to jail. Bob Vila's dead, I think. But anyways, he got sentenced to 16 months because of a DUI charge that he had. Anyway, so he got a DUI back in 2024 when he was arrested in La Quinta, California. Like La Quinta, like the hotels? They have all kinds of just made up names in California. It charged with a felony DUI, and he also had a probation violation because he was already on probation. But he also admitted to an enhancement having 2 prior DUI convictions. So that's the interesting thing, chat. I've learned this since I had a case actually this year, over the end of the year here. In Idaho, your second OVI or DUI is a felony. In other states, it takes a couple. In Ohio, it takes a lot. But in California, you get 2, and then your third's a felony. That's rough. That's rough. Oh, he was Brad. He was Brad. Okay. Thank you. I don't remember their names. Well, there we go. Jesus Loves You says Tim Allen's pretty base for cocaine trafficking, except for the snitching part. Yeah, well, he was looking at life in prison, so he snitched. As I think it's in Alcestis, the Greek play. Even the boldest seek to flee when death offers his hand. And yeah, it's like on The Sopranos, when Puss was looking at life, he wore a wire. So Bob Vila's still alive? No shit. Wow. Good for him. But anyways, he got 16 months of jail. He got denied probation. He has 57 days of credit. So he's going to serve 14 months, which that's still a long time. And yeah, those pupils just... He also has a probation violation because of domestic violence charge in 2023. Oof. Man, these child actors have it rough out there. These child actors have it bad. It doesn't go well for them in life. But yes, in November 2025, he violated his probation for a prior domestic violence charge. And his fiance were arrested. But yeah, this is it's not good. It's not good, chat. It's not good. So he's also still looking at more time because he has probation for stuff, and he has to serve a 19 to 20-month sentence he originally faces for his domestic violence charge. So he might get even more time out of this. Maybe it just gets stacked up. Maybe it gets run concurrent, but yeah, Tim Allen and him, it could be like, yeah, he's like, I did the same amount of time as you. So they're really bonding. They're really bonding with each other. They're really trying to do the whole, maybe Wilson can advise them of what to do. So. Oh, I agree. Norm Abram from the New Yankee Workshop is way more based. Oh, yeah. Although, like, this is my dad learned how to... My dad got into woodworking from watching that guy. And my dad would just, he would tape the shows, and he'd be like, I can make that. He's like, fuck buying the plans. He kind of just eyeballed it and made all kinds of cool shit. And real quick, we got to address this. Palmyra Media for 5 subs. Big fucking support. Thank you. Thank you, Palmyra, for your support, your generosity. Praying the gray away, chat. That's right. We are praying the gray away. We are trying to make America green again. And we will get there. By God, we will have our home again. And, once again, you get another Clyde for that. Get another Clyde. So yeah, he's looking at a lot of time. It's like, oof. Like, because that's, rough times out there for child actors. Is that the guy who pronounces quota? Yes, because he's from Massachusetts. Yes. Norm Abrams is the best. Yeah, Norm is good. It's not like he was talented. Tim Allen carried the show. Well, I hope Tim Allen would have carried the show. He was his show. He wrote it. Shinobu says, I hate lawyers that defend DUI drivers more. Well, I saw your comment there. Yeah, but they still need defending. The cops still fuck those up, and they have the right not to be prosecuted if the cops don't do it right. So pray the gray away. Yes, pray the gray away. Yes, we remove the safety cards so we can show you what's going on. Don't do this. I always love those. But also, I remember at the time, it's like everything he had was like Porter Cable or Delta, and it's like back in the 90s, you're like, oh my God, how much, like, when you find out how much that crap cost, you're like, wow. Does anybody seen the Vince McMahon footage? We are going to get to that. Don't spoil it. Tilly says, Great Pride. Outer Pangea, Wiggle, carrying the banner out here, spreading far and wide the death of Comicsgate and just holding EVS accountable. If you want to see EVS get felted, chat, go find Outer Pangea or Lord Raptor Jesus out there doing their work on Crapcast or Noose Cast out there taking care of business. So, no, there's no Vince. No, it's not. No, it's not Vince taking a poo. There's no Vince shitting in. Janelle, come here. Let me shit in your hair, Janelle. Yes. No, we're not. We don't have that. No, it's better than. Well, it's better than that because it doesn't involve shitting in anybody's hair. So it does not. It does not have that. So. Moving on here, this is an interesting story, and when you read about this stuff, it just makes you like, depending on what state you guys live in, it's interesting. So in Colorado, there are courts where there's no record, and you're not entitled to an attorney. And that can lead, and there's no record, so it leads to all kinds of problems. And this is actually really fucking weird here. This is a weird thing, chat. We're gonna get to this. So there are these rural municipal courts in Colorado, where people get sentenced to jail time without representation or a record of the proceedings. I take it good says, is that legal? Well, for now it is. Yeah, don't bother says, wait, what? Yeah. So just listen to this. This guy, a guy was sentenced to 30 days in jail for petty theft, even though the maximum sentence is only 10 days. But here's the problem. Because he was sentenced in a municipal court, which is considered a court of record under Colorado law, there's no record of the proceedings for the attorney to review. And that means for an appeals court, if you try to appeal something, guess what happens if you want review? The Court of Appeals says, was there a transcript? No. We can't do anything about it. They can't just look at documents. It's not enough. This is not a thing from the commies. These are old standing things that have slipped through the cracks for decades out in Colorado. So this is not a commie thing. This is something that's been, When you guys hear about people wanting to do like criminal justice reform, yeah, I get it. You don't like some of it, but sometimes this shit like this has to be stopped. They say the municipal court's not a court of record, so there are paradoxical outcomes. Now, obviously here, though, she says, another client who's homeless and undergoing chemo faces half a dozen charges of unauthorized camping and trespassing after being, after police find them. And that is how they get, there was that Supreme Court case where recently, Grants Pass, where you were charged with unauthorized camping, but you're homeless. So, but yeah, that's the problem here. That's the problem here. Like, this stuff exists out there. But there's, the Supreme Court in Colorado published an thing, and they said these courts violate defendants' rights because they issue harsher punishments than they could receive in a state court. Like, think about that. Everywhere else you go, they do that. Absolutely insane. Yeah, it's almost is a black site, man. It's fucking weird. It's so weird. They say, in addition to ensuring that the people have access to an attorney, the attorneys have access to case information. And in addition, they are open to the public, and they're required to provide virtual observation in custody hearings and to follow the state's live streaming law. And that's the one thing I will say about Colorado. Like, they have live streaming for all their courts. Like, it's very based. It's very, very based. And yeah, a law enacted requires Colorado courts to live stream most proceedings. This is it's just, think about how fucked up this is. You could get sentenced and you would never be able to fight it. You could get sentenced to, you could get 90 days in jail. And how are you going to appeal it? I don't know how you would. Palmyra said Bronca moved out of Colorado? Oh, wow. Okay, well, good for him. And now he's in Tennessee double strapped. Okay, well, good for him. Maddie says Ohio also live streams, but it's not a law mandating it. A lot of courts in Ohio do it, but not every court in Ohio does it. So by far, I'd say maybe 35, 40% will have something available for the public to watch. So Blade 2.0 says, how would you prove you served a sentence? Well, you would be in the jail logs. Like, they would be able to see you came in and out. But more importantly, if there's no record made, there's no transcript, there's nothing for the Court of Appeals to look at. So is it like a podunk town that never set up a justice system in the first place? I had the feeling it's not. I think Montrose, Colorado is pretty big. Yeah, let's take a look. Like, you might think it's some like middle of the fucking nowhere place. No, it's well, I guess chat, get ready to get like kind of disheartened, because here's Montrose, Colorado. It's way out here. And you might say, oh, it's like probably a ghost town or some shit. No, it's a legit fucking city. It's a legit city. Population 10,000, yeah. So absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that they would do that. They could do that. So what kind of airport is this? I'm just looking at the airport chat. We're gonna look at some airplanes. Ooh, what kind of airplanes they got? Anything good? Nah. Nothing good. Ooh. Oh, they have like an actual airport. Oh, okay. What kind of... That's a weird runway setup. Huh. So, do they have a rail crossing? I don't know. Case like Focus. Yeah, they could open a Buc-ee's with that kind of population. So, yes, they could. All right. So, yeah, but this is just the amount of bullshit that's out there in your world, you guys. Just keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Now, obviously, there's other stuff here. Like, you might not care about the criminalizing of poverty and all this other nonsense. You might say, oh, that's bullshit. I don't care about it. Okay, the rest of it, though. A judge can send you to jail, and there's literally nothing you could do about it. So, yeah, just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that could happen to you. So, absolutely insane this could happen. So, not good stuff. Not good stuff out there, guys. I just, it just, you don't know what you can do with it. You don't know how you're going to deal with it. But yeah, judge says you're going to jail for 100 days. That's not possible. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. This is something I didn't get a chance to look at yet, the actual ruling on, but it's a Tyler Robinson case. And the big motion that was out there was about getting rid of the prosecution team. Well, just coming out recently, the judge said there was no conflict of interest because the prosecutor's daughter was one of the people at the shooting. So, and this is the attorney. His name's Chad. Speaking to Catherine Nestor, who is the attorney representing Corey Richins right now. So the judge said that there was no conflict of interest. And he said that they could remain on the case despite one of the attorneys being involved. And he says there's no conflict of interest. We're not doing this, and it's not an appearance of impropriety. I think it's really retarded that this guy went out there to do it. Same judge for Tyler, says Chuchin. No. Different judge. Different judge. I think what they did was wrong, but they shouldn't have done it. So, did they lose their Frank White's motion to Sean? Yes. Yes, they lost their Frank's motion too. But yes, the guy's daughter was about 85 feet away. And she said she was looking at the crowd, so she didn't actually see the shooting. She also said she hasn't experienced any trauma, which, okay. Any woman who tells you they don't have trauma, I'm just saying, the lion. The lion. But he is a different judge, guys. Different judge, different counties, yeah. So, you kind of expected that ruling. I did too, but I think it was, it's worth going after. But also, the way the prosecution handled this, they should have been like, no, bro, you're not going out to the crime scene right now. We've got other people who can go out there to the crime scene with the detectives. We don't need you fucking this up. But they didn't do anything about it. So Tyler Robinson, yeah, his case is still moving forward. Still inches closer to him getting the firing squad for murdering Charlie Kirk and really kind of hurting the hurting the political right quite a bit. I mean, if he hadn't died, Candace Owens might not have the power she does today. And Ariel says, yes, YNW Melly has been in jail now for nearly 6 years and hasn't been found guilty of any crime. Yes, even after his first murder trial was done, he's still in jail and they won't let him out. 6 years. 6 years, guys. Women literally have monthly traumas. Well, yeah, that's true. She has Mormon trauma. Oh my God. Some of you peoples. What is this? Who just messaged me? Okay, no, we're not doing that. That's so funny. All right, so let's see. We gotta catch up on anything else here? Yes. let's see here. Chugi Show for $5. Thank you. Says few minutes behind. That Buc-ee's is close to me. My aunt and I plan to visit when it opens in April. I told her it's a gas station on steroids. LOL. Yeah, I've heard that. And yes, I've heard from people down in that area. I know friends down there that are like gonna drive up from Cincinnati to go to fucking Buc-ee's, and it's like, or drive all the way from Toledo to go to Buc-ee's, and I'm like, I guess. And then Erica Thorpe says for the goal. Well, thank you, Erica. SB Sellers says, tell us about the Butler, Ohio mayor. I forgot about what was going on there. Yes, this is this is oh yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. We'll get to that here. And then James says, goal achieved, Sean has to do something. I will go out to Buc-ee's when it's built. And then Debbie O for $5. Good to see you, Debbie. Thank you. Says Buc-ee's has clean bathrooms, which are approximately size of one of the Mickey Marts. That's not actually inaccurate. That's not inaccurate. So thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Just, like, yes. Oh, it's not that good. It's not that good. As if I have friends. Well, of course. Joe Schmo says, are you streaming tomorrow? Yes, we're going to be going over the stuff in the Smash JT lawsuit. And really just about how this is kind of like snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Alyssa's lawsuit should be dead, but it's being kept alive. So we'll go through that. We'll go through it. So this is a this is weird. This one's not funny and weird, chat. This is just weird. So this is something I did want to get to here, and I forgot to put it on the list. This is a mayor out in Ohio here, in rural Ohio. I love that he the voyeurism, and he sniffed a teen girl's underwear, but his resignation. His resignation is on a piece of fucking notebook paper. And it's done up like a sovereign citizen almost. He says, effective immediately, and his name, I, Wesley Dingus, resign as Village of Butler mayor, not under stress, but under duress. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's under, I'm pretty sure it's under stress, but it's just very done in a very sovereign citizenry way. But yes, his name's Wesley Dingus. And we're gonna get through all this here because it's interesting. He was caught on camera sniffing a girl's panties. So he was arraigned on 2 voyeurism charges. And what happened? So Children's Services got video of a guy going through a child's bedroom, picking up her underwear and smelling it. You know what, chat? This is the neck of the woods in Ohio, out by Mansfield, where you can, just get wood chipped out into the middle of nowhere. So, so it was some high school chick, and she says she was suspicious that he'd been going into her bedroom and got a video camera. And after she left for school, he was on the camera smelling her underwear. And it's like, oof. So yeah, that's not his first time facing a judge. He faces a bunch of charges for running over a man violating parole. But yes, that's Mr. Dingus at the jail. Yes, the Boomer Gooner. Yes, he just likes to smell a gain. That's why he's doing it. It's like we all need a hobby, Sean. It's like, I don't know if you want to like do a Patrick Melton and Vito hobby, I guess. Katie says he looks like the type of guy who'd sniff underwear. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I could definitely see that. So, yeah, if you guys hadn't heard about that, if that goes to trial, that will be. I will go watch that trial, even though Mansfield's like an hour and a half away. I will drive to Mansfield to. I will definitely do that one. I will definitely do that one. Oh, holy shit! What is this?
Welcome back to East Texas now. Getting to a story.
Okay, so hold on here. A former teacher has been sent to prison after. Okay, this lady pled guilty to bestiality, possession with intent to promote child porn, indecent with a child, and sexual contact. What the fuck? She got 20 years on all this stuff. Okay. So it's 20 years on the pornography charge, and 2 years on the bestiality charges. Oh, shit. So she had pornographic images showing a dog and a child. Oof. Oof. White girls really do fuck dogs, chat. White girls fuck dogs. Ugh. Yes. Yes. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, she can go away. Good for her. Get wood chipped. This guy can get wood chipped too, so. It's a common female teacher moment. Yes. It is. Yes, nothing like public education out there, chat, to make you feel better about things. Nothing like that to make you feel better about stuff. All right, guys, this is an interesting thing that's happened. Vince McMahon, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, he's not anymore, but the chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment, had a really bad fucking car accident. And the fact he didn't get cited for like DUI here really makes things sus. So what happened is he was driving through Connecticut like an asshole, and this is a Connecticut State Police car that's unmarked. And yes, more. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Did Robin Ryan give you the night off? But yes, more. Yes. So not like when his limo blew up. No. But he's got all kinds of problems. Don't bother nuts, as maybe they thought he drives like he walks. That's how he's. Well, when you watch, this is kind of how he drives. Here we go. This is the sound the music had to this makes it so much better. There's no kayfabe here. That is correct. So here we go.
Just stay in the car. Do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't.
All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
It's got granddaughter's birthday. I got to get this the next day.
Right. Did you see me trying to catch up to you behind you?
I didn't see that. I saw lights, but it didn't look normal.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you, and you keep taking off.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know. I understand that, but...
So he's running away from the cops. Grandpa Vince is just... And the cop's trying to stop him, and he can't stop him. Yeah, why couldn't I stop you? Because my car's fat. My car is faster than yours, officer. But notice, I wish he would have done the whole, like, when he does, like, when Stone Cold's confronting him, and he's like, well, Stone Cold. When he gets all scared. That'd have been perfect. Yes. Colostomy bag's been a member for 23 months. Yes. Lamau, because I can, Mr. Public Servant. Yes. Yeah, he's got a Bentley. He has money. Of course he's got money. He's a billionaire.
That's why I was very confused. Right? Because it wasn't like you were running. It was just like you almost hit, I think, 115 miles an hour.
If this wasn't a guy driving a Bentley, do you think he would say, I don't think you were running? Or more importantly, if there's somebody who wasn't white? No, we would not have the same discussion here.
All right, and then you just hit someone because you weren't paying attention. Were you looking at your phone?
No, trying to drive. No, I'm not looking at my
The
phone.
person was right in front of you. There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No. I haven't been driving my car in God knows how long.
All right. It was right in front of you. You went straight at it at 100 miles an hour. I'm just making sure you're not having a medical condition or anything. Do you need an ambulance?
No, it's not.
All right. All right. Just your registration. Is your license in here?
No, it's in my pocket.
All right.
Stupid fool.
I'm surprised Vince doesn't get out sniffing money and be like, guess what I can do? I can make this go away.
I've been driven this car quite some time.
It's fast, I'll tell you that.
Too fast.
Oh, if he pulled this shit in Ohio, he'd probably be in jail. Shattered the wheels. Yeah, he shattered the fucking wheels. There's extra. There were other. There was more camera footage of this that was out there, and it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious as he, as he gets done talking to Vince, and he's just like, this one's a little better quality, chat, but it's just.
Stupid fucking fool.
He's like, I'm not kayfabing right now. Stupid fucking fool.
I've been driven this car quite some time.
It's fast, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, too fucking fast.
So, anyways, there are other people involved in the. Oh, they talk with him a little bit more here, and this is.
Seeing this film, like, oh my god.
All right, let's
leave everything as.
let's get him to your car.
Okay.
We'll wait for the information. Once we give you the information, you guys can take off.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
So you can hop out. You're gonna go back to his car. What was that? No one's hurt. No one's hurt.
Can I pull right over here so he doesn't?
Yeah. That's fine. He's gonna bring it a little closer to you, sir.
All right.
No, yeah. Luckily, no one's hurt.
Tell me you want me to get out?
Yeah. He's gonna bring the car a little closer.
All right.
And you don't need an ambulance or anything. You're not hurt. All right.
Oh yeah, that lady won the car accident lottery.
Maybe
Yes.
tomorrow you'll be a little sore.
Yeah.
But, all right, I can get you. You can go.
I mean, if you've been stone cold, if you've been hit with a stunner, how many times? If you've been RKO'd a million times, if you've been, all of that, you've been DDT'd. I think he can handle a car accident. Like he's survived a lot of brutal wrestling moves.
Car now. You need anything else from inside? You good? Need a hand?
Come on, do the walk, Vince.
Well, no one's hurt. That's the biggest. Yes.
Just start from the beginning.
So I was like maybe 2 miles up. I saw this guy like.
I mean, yeah, a bunch of rich assholes in Connecticut, and he had a BMW. I don't really care about that part. He talks to Vince a little more here.
All right, we'll be getting out of here soon. I'll have his assistant take him off exit 41.
Yeah.
All right, and you can meet him there.
Thank you.
All right, it's just I don't want something like that to happen and hit you.
There you go.
Doing. Hi, I'm the investigating trooper. Okay. So how you doing? I know you are. So So Trooper Robbins that was following in the unmarked vehicle said you were doing over 100 miles an hour.
He looks like a bank robber wearing a Nixon mask. Yeah. He looks like Bodie in Point Break. Yes. I know who you are. Well, hold on. Wait. Somebody said he got did he get rock bottomed? Really? I didn't know that happened. Like, I mean, a lot of people have attacked him over the years, but yes, Zero Fucks. Mandible clawed by the long dick of the law. You know what happened to Vince? He got to experience the famous McMahon bitch slap.
All right, before you struck the vehicle. So.
Go, it's the trooper. He's gonna. But go, it's the trooper with the breathalyzer machine. McGowan is making him do the field sobriety test. Kay says he got a diversion program too. Damn. Well, I guess it doesn't make sense. Vince screwed Vince. Yes. Yes, the Connecticut interstate screw job.
All right, so I'm going to be issuing you a misdemeanor summons for reckless driving, okay? So it's just going to take me about 10 minutes to write it up. I'll give you a court date, probably within 3 weeks or a month. Do you reside in Connecticut? I'm not sure. Okay, so it'll be, Westport? Yeah. All right. So it'll be the court right here. I'll give you the address and everything. All right, so just give me 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn, it was the day Hulk Hogan died. Wow. Yes. JP says, oh, God, he's coming from the back with the handcuffs. Oh, okay. You know, I'm embarrassed because in 2000 I was 15. So I used to watch Raw and SmackDown all the time. He received the Stone Cold Stunner, then the Rock Bottom, and then a last ride from the Undertaker. I should be embarrassed because I probably watched that, and I would have been like, "No way."
Yes, sir.
So Vince McMahon had that happen to him. I thought it's kind of funny. Here's his car. But yeah, and that's his Bentley. And then here's the it came apart as designed to protect him. And Chad, if you are looking for a towing service, Westport Center Service, 203-226-9218 is your place to go. If you're out in Westport, Connecticut, and you need something towed, they treated Vince with care. They'll take care of you. It's still drivable. Yeah. I think it may be totaled. Official Vince says he walked away from that. Oh, yeah. It was designed to crumple and fall apart. And yeah. Yeah, it's a salvage title. Well, it's kind of like why all the Dodge Vipers are salvage titles nowadays. Because people crash them all the fucking time. Which, that does happen. Let's see here. Nero says, I'll buy it and fix it. Yeah. Yes, he got triple penetration. Oh, I love all the wrestling jokes. Yeah, Shinobu says his brakes are a subscription service. Yeah. Kia Patrick says, I can't imagine Stephanie, Shane, or Triple H trying to talk their dad into getting old and not being as good as he used to be. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. That will be tough for them. Jamie says Vince is one of my favorite Americans. Yes. And that lady did win the car accident lottery. And yes, a summonable trap. Yes, we need it. But yes, here comes the money. Money. Yes, that lady just won the lottery, so she's going to be doing really good. Good for her. She'll need it. And then when she sues, they'll just write a check. So, I just thought it was very funny how that all came out there. Vince Stillady is a better wrestling mind. Oh, Vince is good. Yeah, he's still got it. He's still got it. You know, just let him shit in some lady's hair, and you know, Vince, like that's all it takes for us to get the amazingness that is World Wrestling Entertainment, was just by letting him shit in women's hair. Pretty simple trade, if you ask me. It's totally worth it. So, oh. All right, guys. So, with that being done there, we are, what do we got here? Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Oh, we have an update in the, Rob Reiner murder saga. His son, Nick Reiner, a couple days ago, got arraigned out in L.A. And remember, Alan Jackson was going to be representing him, but very quickly he was like, nope, can't do that for whatever reason. Probably because as attorneys, we call it the Rule 1 violation, also known as Mr. Green is not able to attend the hearing today, Your Honor. So Nick Reiner got arraigned, and yeah, his saga is now kicking off.
Present important custody.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good evening, people.
Thank you, and good morning to each of you. Good morning, Mr. Reiner. And how would you like to proceed at this time, counsel? The court has, and I'll just make a record, the court has, we addressed the request for media coverage off the record. Court just orders that there's no live streaming and no live transport, no live transmission, and no filming of anyone in the gallery.
We'd like to go forward with the arraignment at this time.
Thank you. And on behalf of Mr. Reiner, do you waive full reading of the complaint, advisement of rights, including armed forces and veterans' rights, enter a plea of not guilty, denying any and all special allegations, enhancements, and priors?
Yes, Your Honor.
A plea of not guilty is entered on behalf of Mr. Reiner. Counsel's requesting
April 29th as 0/30.
April 29th, 2026 as a 0 of 30 calendar days.
Yes.
And may I take a waiver from your client at this
Yes,
time?
sir.
Mr. Reiner, you are entitled to a speedy preliminary hearing. That's a preliminary hearing within 10 court days and 60 calendar days of your arraignment. Your arraignment is today. Do you understand, waive and give up those rights so that your matter may be continued to April 29th, 2026 as a 0 of 30 calendar days, with the understanding that your preliminary hearing may commence within 30 calendar days of April 29th? And does counsel join in that waiver?
I do.
The court finds that Mr. Reiner has made a knowing and intelligent waiver of his right to a speedy preliminary hearing within 10 court days and 60 calendar days, and that his counsel of record joins in that waiver. Defendant agrees that the next court date of April 29th, 2026 is a 0 of 30 calendar days. The matter is assigned to, for all purposes, by the supervising judge of the criminal master calendar. The matter is assigned to, for all purposes, to Judge Sam Oda in Department 108. Counsel reserve on bail?
Yes, sir.
Or it's bail set at no bail?
To be fair, he's definitely not going to get bail. He's not going to get bail. Trump Blood says he appears to be well medicated. Well, remember, he's a schizophrenic, and he probably has had time to get medicated and stabilized, and he's probably come down from his state where he's dissociating. So he's probably in a lucid state right now anyway. So, yeah, a lot of catching up there to him. And I'm sure they're going to try not guilty by reason of insanity. And we'll see how that goes. But it is literally, the case has just started, but that is where we are here.
Anything further on this case?
Yes, for the record, Your Honor, people have turned over to the defense the large bulk of discovery. We are still awaiting word from the coroner's office that they've completed the autopsy report. As soon as we get it, we will turn it over from the defense as well as any other discovery.
I mean, is that a joke that Rob Reiner is so fat it's taken him forever to cut him open?
Thank you. Anything further?
Your Honor, I addressed with the court the issue of the outstanding STTs. We're asking that those be withdrawn at this time.
And those subpoenas, as referenced by the defense, are withdrawn. ordered withdrawn. Thank you. Anything further?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's what happened for him there. So, oh, Reiner, the Reiners, yes, he murdered Rob Reiner and his wife. So he murdered his parents. You know, chat. The court has to have sympathy on him, Your Honor. He's an orphan now. You know, he's an orphan. He has no family. Official Fidget says that is a ghetto-looking courtroom. Listen, guys, I've said this a couple of times now. Most courtrooms are fucking ghetto and run down. That courtroom was probably banging 35, 40 years ago, but that's, you know, it's in the LA courthouse. Like, they are... That's how this stuff happens. That's how this stuff happens, chat. Like, I don't, you know... I wish I could tell you it's better than that, but it's not. It is what it is. You know, you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with it, chat, because that is just the shitty nature of these things here. And where is... I mean, not every courtroom, like, yes, if you happen to be in a courthouse where things are, like, redone and built, it's great. But, you know, like, this is one of the courtrooms near me that I go to. This is Geauga County Courthouse. This is where TJ Lane, the guy who shot up the school and escaped and all that, came from. They just got a new courthouse. Okay? Brand new. They've only been in this part of the thing like a month. If that at this point. And it's banging. It's bussing. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing, guys. It's a beautiful fucking courtroom. It looks great. You know what it looked like? You know what the courtrooms looked like before this? Not so good. Not so good. And you know what most of the courtrooms look like in the state or in this area of the state? Not so good. Not so good. There's some really nice ones, but there's some really not nice ones. And there's a lot more not nicer ones than, you know, go tour around your area. Go look at some of the courthouses. They're not new. They're not new. They're going to be run down. Yeah, you know, you get ones that are like the Dedham Superior Court thing, like for Karen Reed, where it's basically a courthouse from like 1810, and it's got nothing in there. So it looks like a maze. And Das Boot says, is that carpet? Yes. But it's like, it's not like regular carpet. So Peanut says, no flags or state pennant, no national ensign. When I took this picture, I was like the second hearing that happened in this courtroom. And this was like, oh God, what was like 3-4 weeks ago. It's like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I was like the second hearing that actually happened here. Like they were still moving, like the judge had shit still being unpacked. So, no, like they were still finishing up when I was in there. There's still contractors working on stuff. Dustman says courtroom should be wood flooring only. I don't disagree with you there, but costs have to be, you know, you got to cut costs. Got to have your costs get cut. But yeah, this is, you know, this is what it is, guys. You know, this is actually kind of neat with the jury box that like there's ways to get into it so you don't have to like shuffle past everybody. And then yeah, like these nice big tables. This is all actual wood, not just like wood veneer. But yeah, it's very nice. It's got a really nice tech setup and everything. Yeah. So yeah. You're going to say the jury box looks good. Yeah. Nice chairs. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got the experience. Oh, my God. There's so much like the carpet was like, yes, the carpet's off gassing. All the paint is off gassing. Like, even the judge was like, she's like, yeah, we moved over here. And she's like, and I was here yesterday, like over the weekend. And she's like, I got a little bit of a buzz. She's like, I got a little, like, it was like, if I was like, so much smell. Count Picula says, I prefer old courts. I like an old court, like a real old school court, but it's got to be one that's kept up because there's so many rundown dumps out there. Yeah. So it's the Huffing courtroom, yes. It's ash, not oak or mahogany. I mean, ash is good too. So Ash is a very good wood. Very good hardwood. When it burns, it'll burn really, really well. It'll burn really well. The courthouse in my home, Chicky Mama says, thank you for being here, by the way. Chicky Mama Cat says, the courthouse in my hometown is literally falling down, but they still keep working in there. Personally, it's a safety hazard. Well, yeah, that's the case. Or like one of the courthouses I go to, like the one in downtown Cleveland. They built that in like the 70s. So it's not like an old courthouse. It's just, it's old. So it's got no appeal. It's like all just, bleh. And they need to build a new one, but it's like, they can't. So you're stuck with it. So yeah, there's just not good ones there. At least not beach plywood. Yeah. So ash is one of the big woods for MLB bats. Ash is a good wood for bows, axe. I mean, anything really where you're using wood that's going to have impact. Baseball bats, axe handles. You can make a bow out of ash too if you want. That thing will be tough as shit. So in New York, you could find all marble courthouses, large pillars, grand staircases. Yes, but that's because they built the courthouse in like 1890 and they built a monstrous courthouse for it. And, yeah, they did. Like, not everybody else had that kind of money back in the day. So it didn't work out that way. It doesn't work out that way. So you're saying it's hideous? Trust me, I've seen, like, go find a courthouse built in the 70s and you're going to be like, ugh, this is better. So Carrie Shinkle says, our courthouse recently held the International Moot Court. Oh, cool. Cool. They're brokies, chat. Brokies. Well, there are a lot of broke-ass counties. Yes, the old courthouses got destroyed in the 50s and 70s. Yes. %. That's true. 100%. That's true. All right, guys. We are okay. Now we're moving on to this one. This one here is interesting because some of you may not get the memes. First of all, we need to discuss who this gentleman is. I'm going to show you right here. This man is Gabe Newell, and he is the founder of Valve. And if you don't know who Valve is, they made Half-Life. You may have heard of that game, a computer game called Half-Life. And it kind of kicked everything off for these guys and turning into Half-Life 2. Yes, maybe we're going to end on the machine gun law stuff, chat. We're second to last. Our second to last thing. But anyways, they made Team Fortress, Counter-Strike, and a plethora of other games. Then they created something called Steam as a gaming service. And along with that came out Half-Life 2. The long-awaited, the long-anticipated. Counter-Strike Source, Half-Life Source, everything. Some of you might say, does that mean there's a Half-Life 3? No, sadly. Sadly, no. Sadly, no, we have not gotten Half-Life 3. But Gabe, I know they didn't develop it, but they adopted it and made it into the monster of what it was. Sadly, Valve can't count to 3, correct. Yes. But Valve was great. And they are amazing. And Gabe Newell is like one of these, gaming company people who's not a shitbag. Like, he actually takes care of what he does. He runs his company well. He has a super yacht that's worth a couple $100 million. And you know what the purpose of his yacht is? It's about exploring the ocean and aquatic research. So it's not just like, oh, I want a yacht to go have a yacht. it's a 350-foot, yacht, and it's meant for ocean research. Like he's, it's like pretty wholesome shit, pretty wholesome stuff. And yes, this is what all the Half-Life stuff can get you, and all the Counter-Strike global, the CS:GO skins get you. A nice big old yacht, chat. Yes, they created a hat simulator. Yes. Gabe deserves that yacht. Yes. So, what has happened? Well, Gabe was dealing with a lot of things here. He's been dealing with a lot of things as far as it goes. He was actually in a pretty nasty lawsuit against one of the Rothschilds. Yes, those Rothschilds. Parenthesis. Because one of the Rothschilds is a massive fucking patent troll. And, went after Valve for patent infringement. And who just messaged me? Huh. Oh, thanks, Steven. I'll take a look. We'll take a look at that when we're done. But they had this lawsuit against Valve, and Gabe said, "Fuck you, we're not settling." Gabe said, "Fuck you, I'm not going to settle." And they went to trial. And Gabe won. Valve won. So this has been a massive fucking win for basically everybody out there, because remember, the Rothschilds are fucking scum. And why is my thing not working here? Hold on, chat. Why is my stream here not working? Oh, I see why. Hold on. Why is that not? That is... gets tiresome some days. The noticing intensifies. Yes, it does. Gabe also bought the Ocean Co. Yacht Company. But yes, this is Gabe. He is a titan of things. And yes, that was the ultimate thing there. A streaming storage patent. Yeah, and that's the thing. They got yes, Gabe is the type of guy that could beat the final boss. 100% he could. 100% he could. Yes, Valve does nothing and wins. Valve does something and they still win. Yes, all they do is win. Oh. So what's happened in the meantime? Well, right after Gabe's massive win against the Rothschilds and, international Jewry, Letitia James, the world famous attorney general out of New York, also fucking mortgage fraud scumbag, has filed a lawsuit against Valve in state court in New York. Remember, chat, we've gone over this before. We'll say it again. The Supreme Court is the trial court level in the state of New York. In the county of New York means in Manhattan, because that is New York County. So it's the people of the state of New York against Valve Corporation. You might say, well, what the hell's going on here? So what do they talk about? Well, hold on. And this is where it gets to things here. And where I'm going to go through this lawsuit probably a little bit more in depth later, but it focuses on things that are happening, that New York closely regulates gambling. And they talk about Valve, yes, is a highly successful game developer and distributor. But then they're going after them for loot boxes and virtual items. Valve using loot boxes. Valve having loot boxes in games. Counter-Strike was a very big one of these, especially CSGO. if you guys remember, there was like a CSGO marketplace for skins on weapons, and skins are just like, what it looks like in game. There was an entire market of that collapsed, and like hundreds of millions of dollars in value just up and vanished. It's kind of like Magic the Gathering when they had their trading, when people were trading things in Magic the Gathering online. And it was like a little stock market, basically a commodities market. But there's loot boxes in Team Fortress. And then there's also, they talk, they go on all this stuff here. And they talk about what's going on. And we're going to get to all of this. And you could sell your items to the Steam community. And yeah, they're going after people. And they're basically saying it's gambling. The CSGO skin insanity, the knives too, yeah. Yeah, those people got rugged. Yes, the markets are still around, but they fucking collapsed. They collapsed. Yes. They 100% did. Yeah, I agree, Nero. The Rothschilds lost, and they called the one state they have control over. Oh. Jay Vemke says, weren't they trading kids on Magic and the quartering was keeping tabs on it? Huh? Trading kids on Magic and the quartering was keeping tabs on it. I don't get the joke there, if there's a joke. Yes, Diablo 3 had to kill its real money auction. Yeah, that's the neat thing with some of these games, like develop like real legitimate systems of value. EVE Online had a very similar issue. Brady's Tiberius says, I kind of agree with Letitia on this one. I don't know. We need to go through it. I've not had a chance to read it, chat. I've been busy doing the lawyer stuff. So we will get into this one probably next week. But I think it'll be interesting to take a look at. Yes, they had to call in the melanin to handle the problem. God. Yeah. Wait, hey, you have to take care of this for us, Letitia. Oh my God, my pen is dead. Oh, hold on, chat. All right. The only reason why they're suing Valve is because Jagex is over in Britain. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good point. That is a good point. Hadn't thought about that. But that does make sense. That does make sense. But anyways, chat, here is to a successful Gabe victory. And may he be the person who crushes Letitia James. May he get the victory Donald Trump can never get. Oh. And then, chat, we're going to end tonight on the one you've been waiting for. The state of West Virginia is doing something that, if you're out there, man, this is absolutely base what they're planning to do in West Virginia. But yes, almost heaven. West Virginia. Oh my God, this is amazing. What is this all about? Well, they're amending part of the Code of West Virginia is amended. Blah, 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 blah. Relating to creating the Public Defense and Provisioning Act. Think about how this is being worded. The Public Defense and Provisioning Act. And establishing a state office of public defense for the procurement and sale of machine guns to qualified members of the public. To qualified members of the public, chat.
Was this story based? Yes.
Based. It's like Gordon Ramsay, guys, just when he's working with the steak. Based. Somebody clip that. I need to clip that and put it in my thing here. So this is, oh yeah. We're going to get to who's who. So everything in red, chat, when you get to this, everything in red where's their thing here where it shows? I think at the bottom they mention it. I'm trying to see where it. Yeah, everything in red, everything in green is existing code. Red is new code. Everything in red is new. All right. So, what are the legislative findings here? The legislature of West Virginia hereby finds and declares that the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution declares that a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Fucking poetry. They go on to cite in the District of Columbia versus Heller, Supreme Court explained the Second Amendment's prefatory militia clause announces the amendment's purpose and serves as a clarifying function as to the amendment's protections. To that end, the Second Amendment guarantees the people's unrestricted access to arms to repel invasions, suppress insurrections, and render large standing armies unnecessary and resist tyranny. Based. And it says, next, the Supreme Court explained the people protected unambiguously refers to all members of the political community, not an unspecified subset, and presumptively to all Americans. And they're just citing Supreme Court here in this. This is awesome. They go on to say that the term arms used in the Second Amendment includes weapons of offense or armor of defense. Anything that a man wears for his defense or takes into his hands or useth in wrath to cast at or strike another, and at a minimum includes all firearms. And that is correct. That is the proper definition of arms. And the Supreme Court extended, the Second Amendment extends prima facie to all instruments that constitute bearable arms, even those that were not in existence at the time of the founding. And they point out that there was, the framers understood there was armament parity between the citizen and government. And Congress would have no power to disarm the militia. Their swords or every terrible implement of the soldier are the birthright of an American. Based, chat. Every terrible implement of the soldier is the birthright of an American. It's our birthright, chat. And it says, in addition to the Constitution, many states have a right to bear arms in their Constitution as well. In addition to the Second Amendment, Article 3, Section 22 of the West Virginia Constitution declares a person has the right to keep and bear arms for the defense of self, family, home, and state, and for lawful hunting and recreational use. I just think that's weird that it's in there. That's also kind of interesting because that's like the dissent of the Pennsylvania minority when you read the Anti-Federalist Papers. They mention hunting as a thing, which is like the only time you really ever see that. And then the state constitutional provisions are far more explicit than its federal counterpart. Yes. You can bear arms for the defense of self and the state. And it says, together, these things allow people to keep and bear the arms of modern warfare for the defense of themselves and the state. These include, but are limited to, portable bearable machine guns that are in common use by law enforcement of the state and military units nationwide. Oh, chat, I mean, like, technically, like, can you bear this? I mean, technically, you're bearing that. Now, here's where they get to it. Here, yes, I agree, Eric. Oh yeah. I want my Tomahawk land attack missile. Yes, I do too. I want my cruise missile battery. I want a fucking mortar. I want a 60mm mortar I could take everywhere. Just get out of the car. You just like set the mortar up and just go, hang. Thump. Just send fucking mortar rounds off. That'd be great. I want my Glickums, chat. I want a Glickum. Zero Fuck says, I'm building an aircraft carrier based. Spoonie says, I want one of the MLRS trucks. Like, oh, you mean like the HIMARS? That would work. Although I'd rather have a BM21. Those would be probably a little cheaper. So, yes, what is the ultimate male fantasy? A Javelin anti-tank missile. You want a mortar as a sidecar on a motorcycle? That would be interesting. Oh, you want the Nebelwerfer? Yes, that too. So, anyways, the National Firearms Act of 1934 and the Gun Control Act of 1968, as amended, permit state governments to transfer machine guns to law-abiding citizens. Specifically, federal law permits a transfer to or by or under the authority of the United States or any department or agency thereof, or a department or agency or political subdivision thereof of the state government. And this cites 18 U.S.C. 922.0, chat. And 922.0 is the Hughes Amendment. 922.0 is where you can't do it anymore, but the government gets to do it. That's why if you want to buy an MP5, it's like $45,000. Or if you want a full auto M16, it's like $30,000. So, likewise, the Gun Control Act provides that restrictions shall not apply with respect to transportation, shipment, receipt of anything sold or issued to the United States or any department, agency thereof, or any subdivision thereof. And they say it's in the public interest of the state of West Virginia and its people that American citizens be armed and better able to assist in the defense of the state and to resist tyranny using bearable firearms commonly used in modern warfare. And it says a well-armed populace has already been useful in defending the homeland against foreign threats, such as when patrolling coastal areas during World War II. Citing David Koppel, and David Koppel was very good stuff he wrote. Therefore, it's in the interest of therefore, it's in the public interest. The state provides a mean whereby machine guns may be obtained by citizens. I can't wait to hear the libertarians fucking cry about this one. Therefore, it's the intent of the legislature of the state of West Virginia to create an Office of Public Defense, which shall acquire and transfer machine guns. What about explosives? I feel like Ralph. What about the child porn? It's like, what about the grenade launchers? What about the anti-tank missiles? What about the man pads? Apparently that's not coming yet, chat. Apparently it's not coming, but soon. Soon. Soon, chat. Oh. So definitions. Machine gun means any weapon which is designed to shoot without manual reloading by a single function of the trigger. So an actual thing here. A person means any individual, corporation, company, association, firm, trust, partnership, society, or joint stock company. Yeah, buddy. What's a qualified person, chat? A white male landowner? No. Any person who's eligible to purchase and possess guns under West Virginia and federal law. So what does that mean, chat? Who can own these? Who can own machine guns? Yes, everyone. Everybody gets a saw. Everybody.
Switchy. No talk. No cat. No talk.
Everybody's getting one, chat. Everybody's getting a switchy. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I on thought 2.0. I'm like, we may have to relocate here if this works. If this works, I'm just saying. So, to carry out provisions of this act, we're creating the Office of Public Defense. Organization of the office. It'll be headed by a director who shall be the superintendent of the West Virginia State Police. Although if you watch John Bryan, the civil rights lawyer, he talks about the West Virginia State Police having a lot of fucking problems. So I'm like I don't know about this now. There are a lot of problems there. So powers and duties. They can acquire and sell machine guns. The machine guns acquired and transferred under this act shall be the same or as of like kind to those currently used by law enforcement or the United States Armed Forces, and shall include but not be limited to AR-15, M16s, M249s, and MP5s. The director, in his discretion, may acquire pursuant to this act additional machine gun types beyond what's here, which are commonly in use by military or law enforcement. Based. Which the director finds are useful for protecting the security of a free state. You know what this means, chat? You know what else is a machine gun? A Mark 19 grenade launcher. Under the NFA and the Gun Control Act, that's a machine gun, not a destructive device. So, we can own a fuck. Where's a grenade launcher? Yes, 50 cals. In acquiring machine guns pursuant to this act, the office shall prioritize purchase of machine guns from manufacturers and dealers located within West Virginia. The operation of distribution stations. So they have to, and here's where it's going to run into problems, so money-wise. Establish, maintain, and operate warehouses and distribution stations using the extent possible existing state police personnel, infrastructure, and barracks systems. Which this will be the problem. You're going to need more people and money. And in the operation thereof, to purchase, transport, store, sell, and transfer machine guns to qualified persons. Machine guns shall be made available for sale at each state police troop headquarters located throughout the state. So you go to the fucking trooper barracks and you're like, I would like one machine gun, good sir. I fucking love this. This is like I wrote the bill. Like, short of just giving them away, how would you do it? It's like, make them go. The police have to sell you a machine gun. Fuck yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Yes, crew-served weapons are perfect. Children can operate an M240 or an FN mag, whatever you want to call it. That's perfect for them. Or just like this chat right here. Just imagine a team of children operating an MG34 on a Lafette tripod. You got your gunner, your assistant gunner, and then you got your team leader. Just spotting along, getting them ready. Oh my God, this is great. Yes. Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Policeman. I shall take 5 MP5s. Thank you. Oh my God. Yes, it teaches teamwork. It does. It does. I mean, yes, if I really had my way, I would have Trump repeal all the George H.W. Bush import bans from the 80s and 90s. Especially like the Chinese one, because God, even though we're in a trade war with China, oh my God, when I'd also repeal the fucking ATF rules on steel ammunition. Oh God, imagine fucking Norinco fucking guns flooding the market again. Oh my God, Chad, like the salad days in the 90s would be here again. Get you a Mac 90, dude. Yes. Yes. 1M4, my good man. Yes. Yes, I'm talking about the HK bans. I'm talking about all those bans that he did. So. Eligibility to verify, you do it through the same background checks as described. So you get a NICS check. Although I don't know about West Virginia, if anybody here lives in West Virginia. In Ohio, if you have a valid concealed carry license, they can just basically you get to bypass a NICS check. And they're like, yep, you're good. I don't know if that happens in West Virginia. No, Trump did not repeal the Chinese bans. He hasn't done any of that. He has not done any of that. I wish he would, but you probably saw a bunch of shit people have been holding on to. So, hold on, chat. Oh, okay. Christy Lou says yes. If you have a permit, you can bypass the next check. Nice. There you go. Oh, God. So making reports, you have to make reports. Power and duties of the director. So they can supervise or promulgate rules, blah, 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 blah. The authority of transferees. Okay. All transfers of the machine guns of this act shall be deemed to have been made by the state of West Virginia, and such transfers are made under the authority of the state of West Virginia. Any transferee of a machine gun under this shall be deemed possessing a machine gun that was transferred by the state and transferred under the authority. So I think they're trying to basically say this is the militia here. Christy says, you can thank the West Virginia Citizens Defense League for that. Thank you. Yes. Almost heaven. Oh, sorry. Almost heaven. I need that guy from fucking the King's been singing it. West Virginia. Oh. So there we go. It says the state or officers are not liable. Well, here's the issue. I don't know how it's going to work because they're going to do whatever. So the director and any of its employees shall not be liable for damage sustained by any person because of any act or admission done in the performance of their duties under this act. Neither the state of West Virginia, the Office of Public Defense Director, nor any officers or employees shall have any criminal liability or civil liability for any criminal, unlawful, negligent, or accidental acts committed by transferees or others. Well, I'd also worry about people getting, like, let's say I live in West Virginia and I buy a machine gun and we're dealing with the fucking Pete Buttigieg administration. I guarantee you they're going to try to fucking arrest me. So, don't know how that's going to work. Yeah, Mark Strong. Yeah, there we go. Yes, the original Captain Titus. Yes. Now, this is interesting. There's a surcharge added for machine guns sold. There's a $250 tax on the price of each machine gun sold and transferred, which shall be paid into the Public Defense Fund. The directors also authorize the add to the price of the machine gun offered. An additional surcharge to be paid in the Public Defense Fund. It's such amount as deemed necessary to equal the offset of administration of the program. But in no case that amount shall be more than $50. And the revenue, it shall be paid into the Public Defense Fund. And the directors authorized to expend those funds to offset operational cost. Okay. So the records and retention. Upon transfer of a machine gun to a qualified person, they shall prepare 2 original copies of a signed and dated certificate bearing the seal of the state of West Virginia and identifying the qualified person to whom, as well as the make, model, and serial number. Of the public, the Office of Public Defense shall issue 1 copy to the qualified person, and the office shall retain the second copy in perpetuity. I mean, so we're basically saying the NFA doesn't apply here. Because notice they're basically doing the whole, well, we're not handling the NFA. That's between you and the feds. So, yeah. Such certificate will constitute compliance. Yeah, but how does that's not going to be acceptable under the NFA? So I can see the feds moving on people. And here's the other thing too. You won't be able to leave the state with that. So if you go to like Ohio, I don't think Ohio will count that. Like, I mean, I'd make arguments like if you had an AK and you brought it into Ohio, I would represent you and I'd make all arguments under the sun that this is legal under Ohio law too, because we have our own provisions specifically about National Firearms Act items or full auto weapons. But I don't know if it would work. Yeah, I don't know if this will work here. So, no information contained within this shall be used for any other purpose than to determine eligibility or to record a transfer. Such information shall be exempt from disclosure under the West Virginia Freedom of Information Act. Based. Aside from the original transfer, all of the records associated with this transfer, which may contain identification, shall be destroyed by the office 5 years after the transfer was made. Oh my God, it's like I fucking wrote this. Like, no, you're going to destroy all the records. It's like, I fucking love this. I love this state. This is great. The subsequent transfer and return of machine guns. Okay, so should you become prohibited, you have to return the machine gun within 7 days. In the case of a corporation which, gets wrapped up, like if you have a corporation or a trust and 5 people own it, such entity may continue to own and possess them provided the prohibited person is no longer a responsible person of such entity. So what does that mean? They're relying on how the ATF's going to handle stuff. They're relying on things set up under the National Firearms Act because they're using terms like responsible person here. That's clearly what they're using here. A machine gun return shall be made available. It shall be discounted in price by such non-zero dollar amount as the director may decide. So not only you got to buy and sell, you have to buy a used machine gun. And then here, chat, check this out. Check this out. Transfers. Should a qualified person to whom a machine gun has been transferred wish to transfer that to another qualified person? Form 4s, who gives a fuck about that? Fuck you, ATF. Woo, lad. Woo, lad. This is, oh my God, Becky. Oh my God, Becky. Look at their flaunting of this. The federal law, it is so big. So what happens if you want to transfer it? You take the machine gun to the office, and for a fee of $275 payable by the new transferee, the office will transfer that machine gun to the new transferee and issue a new certificate. In the case of a machine gun to an heir or beneficiary of a estate following the death of the owner, the representative can get it done for $0. Wow. Wow, chat. Seriously, it's like I wrote this. And it's like, Form 4, never fucking heard of that. Fuck it. Oh my God, chat. Oh my God. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. So, and it says prohibition on destruction. They can't destroy any machine gun acquired unless it's unserviceable. So basically, if it's destroyed or damaged beyond repair, that's the only time you can chop it up. If it's serviceable and salvageable, well, I mean, that becomes an issue because that means they're going to have to basically hire an armorer. And, there are guns that need to get rebuilt routinely. I mean, machine guns are a machine. They'll wear out eventually. It's going to be a little interesting there. I mean, that's the thing here. I don't know how this is notice they're saying this is here, but remember, even if you're the police department, you still have to fill out what's called a Form 5. For us little people, if there's transfers of things, it's on a Form 4 for the ATF. But even the police have to fill out Form 5s when they get stuff transferred around. It's a tax-free transfer, but yeah, wow. Wow. Will the state supply belt links too? Well, don't get too greedy. I just want an American 180 or a Model Repro the same. Oh, I bet you could do that. I guarantee you people will be 3D printing those fuckers too for you. It's only 22. So you could do that. But that said, chat, speaking of things, we need to get a couple of our sponsors of the show, particularly. Speaking of this, if you live in West Virginia, don't forget, chat, MAF Corporation, MAF-arms.com. Promo code POTCRIM gets you 10% off store-wide. So if you live in West Virginia, you might need some parts. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, wow. Also, chat, don't forget the dragonstreasure.com. Promo code criminal. Remember, don't cope. Don't cope with the sketchy Australian or New Zealander or whatever he thinks he is in Japan. You know, don't cope. Don't use the promo code offered by Max Murrah's intelligence asset. Remember, Max is his handler. Don't use that. Use mine, chat. 10% off your soaps, your teas, or your coffee. This is just a base law. This is a base law. It'd be hilarious. Yep, the state. Yep, unforced ego. The state is forced to transfer to another individual. Yes. Based. Based. Unforced ego says the Hughes Amendment excludes transfers from a state to an individual, which is why it's structured this way. No. I understand. I agree. Yes, there's a reason why they're getting around that. Because nobody, private parties are not allowed to receive new machine guns. Meaning I can't go to a company and buy one, nor under the Hughes Amendment could the state of West Virginia sell it to me. But they're going to transfer it to me as part of the, militia. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, like, I think, though, unforced ego, they're going to say you still need to do forms for it. So we'll find out, though. Yes. The Dushka is legal in West Virginia. Funny stuff. Yeah. Don't cope. Be a criminal. That's right, chat. That's right. Oh, well, woo. I'm spent, chat. So we'll see what happens. Chat. We'll see what happens from there. So, all right, guys, we are going to head over to Locals. That's right, potentiallycriminal.locals.com. Join us over there, 1 month free. Remember, guys, we do the 2 shows a week, Monday nights and tonight. Use a promo code ICESTORM. Apparently, it's got to be in lowercase. And you guys can join us and hang out. It will be a fun time. Ag says none of this is legal in West Virginia or Washington. Suffer, Ag. Suffer. Is Brandon Herrera going to move to West Virginia to run for Congress now? That would be funny. That would be hilarious. Yes, everything is legal if you don't get caught. Well, that's true as well. I'm just saying there, chat. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. A little more fun stuff tonight. I know every once in a while we got the Doomer shows. This tonight was a lot more like hilariousness. That's how it goes. It's a fun time. So thank you all for being here. We will continue on Corey Richins. We're going to catch up on Smash JT tomorrow. We're also going to catch up on, real quick, just an update on the Stuttering John lawsuit. It's got transferred up to Rochester, New York. So big L for Stuttering John, or business as usual. And, we will work on that. We'll get Corey Richins caught up over the weekend. And, that's it for me now, chat. And just remember, until next time, just because you did it does not mean you're guilty. Does not. Unless you're Corey Richins, and she's probably guilty. She's probably going to go to prison forever because it sounds like she killed her fucking husband. So just say it, chat. Anyways, good night, you guys. Take care, and I will see you over on Locals.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law. Whatever you do, just don't talk to cops, even when they nab you on illegal stops. Just Just cause you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. But please talk to a local attorney. Was that the fat guy?